What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, another indictment has been issued, this time for Young Thug's alleged gang called YSL, where 28 people were indicted. Feds hit some of his one of his houses. They looking for some other people. They also took him into custody. And again, being a rapper is one of the dangerous occupations to be in. I'm talking about if you're not getting killed, you're being indicted. So he's been indicted under the Rico law, which stands for racketeer, influence, corrupt op organizations. Racketeer, influence, corrupt organizations. The word for organization, what they be doing was any corrupt gang, mafia ties, if it can be proven any type of corruption is within them, you find yourself being guilty of this Rico law, which means everybody who throw up a gang set, wear a color, throw up the signs, you already guilty of this law. This law was put in play on purpose like this to incarcerate, for the most part, mass minorities. This is like a slavery act law for the most part. Let's just be real. Because the ones who would be guilty of this, 9 times out of 10, gonna always be a minority. Blacks and Hispanics. For the most part, let's just keep it real. They are building their careers off the lives of minorities. Sad thing about it is, y'all giving them the power and right to as a result of ignorance, pride, and arrogance. Ignorance, pride, and your arrogance. Ignorance because you don't know nothing. Pride because you always trying to show out, always trying to outdo one another, always want to fit in, always want to belong, always trying to overshadow, always want to be seen in this era of clout chasing that y'all do not even know. Y'all all have incriminated yourselves. Anytime y'all saying Crip this, Blood this, Folks this, Vice Lord this, GD this, Blackstone this, you have officially put yourself on the Rico indictment list. It don't matter if you didn't sell dope. It didn't matter if you didn't pop a pistol. It don't matter. You are guilty by association. You are guilty by association. Just saying and claiming a name make you guilty if that organization can be proven to be corrupted. So let me ask you this. There's such a thing as a good gang. Though gangs may do sometimes good things, but the overall whole ideal of what a gang is not good at all. You're not going to give me a gang that don't sell drugs, or that haven't murdered, or that haven't extorted, that don't stick up and rob, that ain't probably prostituted, or you're not going to find a gang that's not doing these things, especially when you're dealing with so many different personalities and persons who all have their same different lives, but everything they do makes you guilty by association. How you gonna beat that? Even if you're not looking for trouble, a person in a gang that got trouble now causing trouble to come upon you. How you gonna avoid that? But this goes right back to what God said. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot be in gangs and worship me. You cannot worship the devil and worship me, because that's what gangs did. Gangs was created by Satan himself to draw people away from the Lord Jesus Christ. And that's why the end results is never good. It's never good. Whether people want to accept it or not, whether they want to believe it or not, that is the fact. That's why the history of it is nothing but murder, drugs, violence, addiction, extortion, prostituting. That's all it is. Ain't no different. And y'all literally is volunteering y'all liberty and lives as a result of this ignorance. Because you want to be seen. Pride just wants y'all to be seen. So now he indicted. Just after a month, his baby mama just got killed in the bowling alley. Now he get indicted. Now what? Now look at the baby. Then lost the mama and father, and that's always the thing. In the end, it's the children who get hurt the worst. The children get hurt the worst. These 28 people are parents. Are parents. That's how come it's finna be a lot of snitching. Think all these 28 people finna go down like soldiers? Doubt it. They in love. They got children. They don't want their baby mamas or a man laying down with other people. So of course they trying to get out as quick as they can. And would do whatever they can to now get home to their family, who they didn't really appreciate. Because if you did, you wouldn't be doing these things that'll take you away from them. But it get real when things like this happen. Now you really begin to see what really matters. It's like when you get indicted in things, the scale come up your eye to some degree. That now you're looking at what's really important. Like, man, I hope I beat this. If I beat this, man, I'm going to be a better father. I'm going to be a better man. I'm going to be a better husband. Because it's real now. Because it's real now. And that's why it's going to be a lot of snitching. You guys ain't going to be going down. Who going to be the 6ix9ine of this indictment? Because it's definitely coming. Who going to be the 6ix9ine of this indictment? These guys, you can pay them all the money in the world. When they heart belong to a woman or a man, you can keep that money. You can keep that money. They trying to get back to who they in love with, because they don't want nobody filling their spot. Now they thinking about their kids. Now they want to be daddies and mamas. That's what happened when you get popped off and locked up. Now you want to be the greatest father you could have ever been. But it's too late now. Now you want to marry the woman you usually didn't care about and didn't appreciate. Now you want to marry her since you locked up. That's what happens. So, according to what sources is being said, and this is a lawyer who actually got the paperwork, was reading some of this stuff on DJ Academics, was covering this. So one of the charges on Young Thug was this. Prosecutors are alleging that 2 associates of YSL, Christian Eppinger and Antonio Sumlin, they worked to get permission of Young Thug to make a second attempt to murder YFN Lucci while he's in jail in Fulton County. So they tried to put a hit on this man while he in the county. So they probably got recordings and things of that too. So this part of the indictment too, conspiracy to murder. And again, everybody who a part of the gang is guilty by being in association with it. You're guilty by association. And being guilty by association, they don't have to prove if you actually was a part of the crime or not. All they have to do is prove you had knowledge of it. And you do have knowledge of it when you claim in a gang. That's why people can't beat this Rico law. You can't beat the Rico law because you claim in a game that we indicted, which meant you know about his dealings. You know about his dealings. You know that it sells drugs. You know that it's a criminal organization. So you're guilty. Leave that trash alone. Most of y'all are too grown to be doing this anyway. These guys don't even be teenagers. They be in their 30s and 40s and late 20s, still gangbanging. And just like that, what we talked about on gangbanging, and just like that, the police can come right in and clear everybody out. Look how ignorant and foolish we are as people, fighting and killing over blocks that don't belong to you, that the government lets you rent and borrow. Only for whenever they feel like moving y'all around, they're going to come do a sweep and move you around. So you killing over something that don't belong to you. You killing over something that was borrowed to you. And you taking away innocent lives as a result of just stupidity and foolishness. So either y'all dying and busting hell wide open as a result of that lifestyle, or you going to prison, being stripping from your family, stripping from your children, stripping from the woman or man that you love. And it was all for what? Nothing. They building their careers off you, brothers and sisters. They get paid for locking y'all up. They get paid for these indictments. These indictments are nothing but incentives on their contracts to put them in positions. Every time you see them run for office, whether it's alderman, mayor, district attorney, judge, chairman, what do they say? When I was in the law enforcement, we put away such and such criminal. We put away such and such many drug dealers, such and such many murderers, such and such many pedophiles, such and such many rapists. That's how they get elected. These are nothing but, they got all y'all on indictment. Everybody in Hollywood is under indictment, especially if you black. Especially if you black. Think they finna let y'all enjoy all those millions and stuff? They made this law on purpose for y'all. And they could pull the switch anytime they choose. And they normally pull the switch when it's around election time and things like that. That's what they do. This is called a government. It governs. It controls. Y'all really be thinking y'all outthinking them. Y'all really be thinking y'all outsmarting them. You're not. Because at the end of the day, governments was established by God. That's the one y'all can't escape from, no matter how hard you try. So that's terrible. What you seeing, what's happening. Look at the music industry. All these dudes get murdered and killed, or they going to prison. Lil Durk fighting charges that could lead him into prison. Young boy NBA fighting charges that could lead him into prison. YFN Lucci fighting charges that could lead him into prison. The Melly dude fighting charges to lead him in prison. Pooh Shiesty just got his time going to prison and still fighting charges that could put him in prison. You either get murdered or killed, or you getting indicted. There's no other choices in this music industry. None. Everything they allow y'all to do is only temporarily till they ready for you. Because y'all ain't already incriminated yourselves. The moment you get to worshiping these gangs, which is Satanism, that's what it is. The law of God is coming down. Y'all better wake up. Stop being so ignorant. Stop being so stupid. Stop being so foolish. It's like repeating the same cycle. Y'all seeing this stuff happening over and over again and still saying, I'm next, I'm next, I'm next. I want a shot at it. I want a shot at it. Y'all make their job so easy. These police don't even be sweating. They be sitting back getting fat. They job so easy now. All they gotta do is subscribe to y'all channels and kick back at home. Kick back at home. Just watch the channel. So y'all entertaining them and making their job easy, doing everything for them. People better grow up, man. This is a terrible, terrible era we living in, man. We literally can go on the internet and see all these guys getting indicted or murdered, whichever one you choose. We can go on the internet and look up every rapper that got killed and literally see them getting killed. We can go on the internet, YouTube, look up all these rappers that got arrested and indicted. We can see their deaths or we can see their indictments. That is so terrible. And guess what's so sad about this? Ain't nothing gonna change. Still got another fool saying, it's my turn. I'm next. Let me play with it for a minute. Let me play with it. Here's what it is, man. So Young Thug and his gang YSL been indicted on federal charges of the Rico law. Seem like they out of it, but I'm telling you, you brothers and sisters better wake up. Stop being so foolish. Fathers, stay involved in your children's life. Lead by example, man. You women, stop making things so hard. Stop provoking. Stop adding unnecessary stress to your family and children. Be mindful. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's some question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.